Cheesy.
Okay, so Jalen, do you want like just another genre? What the fuck do you actually? I don't know what you want.
I personally just want something that doesn't feel like another sequel or a remake. That's really all I'm looking for, and everything I've seen kind of is just a sequel and a remake.
What about Control?
But Control didn't require next gen stuff to run. Like
Yeah,
no,
like that.
I
One
mean,
thing. Well, one thing is
no,
my
so
argument
It's
is
gonna run more
limited.
better. But you know.
Yeah, but also another thing about it is, and I've been saying this for years, is I've always been tired of developers
Is this
rushing
42
to
or
the next
42?
console
But-
the moment they figure out how to fucking pump out the power in the current one. But
here's that
I'm mostly looking for something like
You're getting-
something.
Yeah, 43. But the thing that I don't think that you're seeing that a lot of people are seeing is the lack of load times, like quick resume on Xbox. All this stuff
all that
is
is
just
great. No, all
is
that is
quality
great.
of
No, all
life
that's
shit
great.
that was not possible before. And at the end of the day, and now you are getting pretty much games across the board 60 FPS and or up to
I'm
120.
sorry, wait, that 60 FPS argument don't work on me. I've been steeped in 60 FPS since 2002.
Yeah, but
Like, come on, bro.
That was
Also-
something you were like, I hope they fucking do this going into next gen. Now,
No,
like,
it wasn't because it was like there's no at this point there's no reason for it not to be. Like there's no like it's one of those things. It's like there was not a reason for it not to be.
I will agree with that statement.
Like you're telling me that you're like, for example, I made this argument PS3 and the PS4. You're telling me that we're supposed to spend all this money on a brand new console that can't hit 1080 60. Come the fuck on.
well, these are hitting 4K 60 consistently.
I know,
so,
but
like,
I didn't
what
use that
mo-
argument with this one.
Well, actually, other arguments.
I didn't
have
use
said
that
They
argument.
don't go past 4K right now.
What?
There's a lot of statements saying that these next gen consoles aren't coming out of the box going 4K at 60.
Well, like a lot. So if you're using they still have the issue of do you want performance mode or fidelity mode in a lot of games. And in performance mode, you're getting 60 4K out of a lot of these things, and then going into even like when you enable ray tracing, when you enable these things that are intensive even on a PC, then you like Spider-Man, I'm going to play with ray tracing on, but I'm going to be playing at 30 FPS
Right.
because I care about
Yeah, I'm going to trade that I need that in minimum 60.
right. It'll be lock 60, like rock solid fucking. You are not going to see a single fucking frame drop from 60, but with no ray
here's the
tracing.
thing, but that doesn't reach. That's the thing about it is none of your points reach to the core of my argument, which is the gameplay and what we're seeing out of these games coming into this new generation. And I'm going to just say this right now, as we will see from the new generation for a long time, or is the exact same shit that we've been getting from the previous generation. And honestly, I'm starting to feel a little bit tired of it.
What are you tired of?
Well, here's the thing with
Ubisoft open world games.
yeah.
I feel like
I mean,
open
no,
world
but
games-
like, and not even
open world
Ubisoft. Like,
games
no,
are
not just
kind of-
Ubisoft. Oh, no, not just
All of
Ubisoft open world games. Open world games in general. Like, I'm gonna be 100. Ghost of Tsushima is the only open world game that I've played this year that I can be like, yeah, I'm happy this is an open world. Most open world games that I've played are like, this is only an open world for the sake of calling the map big. Like,
Are you?
Yeah,
you want a
but
platformer?
here's that's the thing. Jalen expects to get a new genre as soon as the new gen drops.
I don't expect no. I don't expect a new genre. I expect genre refinements. For example,
There's
the refinements that
refine-
Ubisoft needs to make is that
You're
the
getting
refinements that Ubisoft needs to
refinement. You exclude
Am I
Ubisoft
really?
from this argument. Any fucking open world game, open world games have evolved
Open world
like
games came out
fucking.
this year, just to remember how memorable they are. What open world games came out this year?
That I played or just that came out.
In general, please just start listing the open world games that came out this year.
I mean, you're getting Far Cry got delayed, but Jalen, all of these have way more.
No, see, that's my no. That's
Jalen,
my point there. That's my point
Assassin's Creed Valhalla is a way more fucking refined open world than Assassin's Creed 2 was, than Assassin's Creed 4 was, than Assassin's Creed Odyssey
there. Antoine,
was.
you don't even understand.
You're
why
getting the
Ubisoft
refine.
formula sucks. You don't even understand why does the Ubisoft sandbox formula suck?
Jalen, because you fucking suck. All right, let me raid somebody.
it doesn't,
No,
because
we're about to have this goddamn conversation. Let me raid fucking somebody because you're out here. No, you are out here goddamn.
It's just to fill the map to make the map look big and interesting when there's nothing.
But this game built off of the refinements that we got out of The Witcher 3. Like, that is the fucking
The
thing.
Witcher 3 had that problem. The Witcher 3 had that problem. The Witcher 3
No,
still
people
has
fucking
that problem.
love
They
The
got
Witcher
that
3
by
because of that. No, look,
The
Jalen,
Witcher 3
this,
said that by
you are not going to argue to me that Ubisoft games, like, you can shit on Ubisoft games all you fucking want, because I don't give a fuck about what Ubisoft does or doesn't do. They have refined their game. They have taken what people want and do not want.
They've gone more open and empty. There's nothing in there. There's nothing.
No, hold up.
But
I'm not even buying Valhalla, but I do know for a fact that Valhalla is way more purposeful with everything that is in
I
it.
put 12 hours into Odyssey, and it was the same.
I'm not
bullshit.
fucking talking about Odyssey, though. I'm talking legitimately just about fucking Valhalla, which is the next gen
I don't
Assassin's
give a
Creed that
fuck
is
about
dropping.
Valhalla. I don't give
I'm
a fuck
ta-
about the fact that
but-
Valhalla is going to be the same Ubisoft bullshit we've been getting the entire time.
It is a refinement of the fucking game that you played and didn't like last year. So you are getting the refinements to these genres.
Shit, great job. Like no.
But no, it's better for the people that want that. If you don't fucking want that, don't fucking buy it. I don't want it. I'm not gonna buy it.
Garbage. No.
No, it's no. You can't say it's garbage if you haven't fucking.
Yes, I can.
Have
It's
you
a
played
fucking-
Valhalla?
I am critiquing the Ubisoft
That you haven't fucking played. That you haven't fucking played, and you will not play. So you don't fucking matter to the, because you're.
trying to defend Valhalla so much. You're not gonna play.
No, I'm talking about refinements. Let's talk about Call of Duty, a game that I did fucking buy already. Call of Duty fucking Black Ops Cold War. No, it is a refinement. Every single fucking year, there is a refinement of Call of Duty every year.
Actively works.
No, what the fuck? You haven't. When was the last time you fucking played a Call of Duty game? Because I, as somebody who put several hours into Modern Warfare,
What was the one that came out directly after?
4 years ago,
Which one was directly?
4 or 5 years ago, Jalen, those games have gotten better since the last time you fucking.
What was the one that had the battle royale? I actually played through that. I played that story mode.
No, Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare, or Black Ops 4, which didn't have a campaign. The only two Call of Duties that have had battle royales, the only two Call of Duty. The only two Battle Royale Call of Duty games that have come out, Black Ops 4, which didn't have a campaign, but had solid multiplayer, in my opinion, as somebody who fucking bought and played that game. But then Modern Warfare came out with Warzone, which is a refinement on the Battle Royale and the fucking gunplay and the mechanics of Call of Duty across the fucking board.
I'll give you the gunplay, but I don't give you the battle royale.
It's still a refinement. You're getting refinements of all of these genres. You are getting... These people are taking what has come before. You can't say Assassin's Creed 2 to Assassin's Creed Valhalla or even Odyssey. Like, both of those games...
No, if I'm gonna... I get to use Odyssey. I get to use Odyssey, because that was literally the last game.
Right, but that game is a refinement that has better mechanics than Assassin's Creed 2. Yes!
And also, I'm not comparing it to Assassin's Creed 2. I'm comparing it to... I was comparing it to Odyssey, and then I was comparing it to Origin. The closest to the traditional 2002 Assassin's Creed I would bother to compare it to is Black Flag.
Right, and even since Black Flag, these have gotten better.
I'm using the recent game.
Right, that's the thing. People who play these games...
I'm not saying no one should like them. I'm not saying no one should like them. But the critique is the open world sandbox. Most of them are garbage, and most of them refinements aren't refinements. It's
they
just
are
more shit into the pod.
No, it's
not actually refined.
Ghost of Tsushima is a lot more refined of an open world game than Infamous First Light, or Infamous Second Son, or Infamous 2, or Infamous 2 Festival of Blood, or Infamous 1, or fucking Sly Cooper.
Actually, I don't personally believe that. I personally don't believe that. I do not believe the open world is any more refined than any of those games.
Are the only games that came out this year. We had Resident Evil 3
That's a bold-faced ass lie.
Resident Evil 3 Remake came out this year.
Ghost
you
Runner.
Didn't play it.
Spelunky 2.
Exactly.
Hades.
There we go.
But Hades is a fucking right there.
Open world games. The games I named
No.
are open world games. Chris.
Jalen,
Exactly.
all of
Those
these
are
games
other
we are
games
getting
that you are
refinements
playing.
of that don't necessarily need power. We are just getting general
I-
refinements
Open world
of
is
these
not the
And
genres.
what I'm saying
genre.
is the refinements in the open world genre, I feel like aren't actually
But they're not
refinements.
for you. You're not playing these fucking games, so they're not for you. They are for
would
the
you
people who
consider
are playing
I
these
think about it,
games
I can
that are
critique on
giving
things
these
that
games.
aren't for me.
Yeah,
That's the
but
thing
you
about it, I can
can't.
critique on things.
You can't complain. Here's the thing: if you're not buying
I'm not
these
complaining,
games,
I'm making
no. Here's the
I'm
thing:
making a critique.
you're not buying these games. You're obviously not the audience for these games. If the audience for these
No, but
games
that's
are saying that these games are improving in quality and they are getting refined for
And I
their
disagree.
direct feedback, but you're not fucking playing the game. Like Jalen, that's like you saying shooters have not fucking evolved since the Nintendo 64
I don't
or
actually-
PS1, but they have gotten refined. We've gotten shit like wall climbing. We've gotten shit like mantling. We've gotten shit like slides. We've gotten shit like mounting your gun to a corner and leaning out. These are all refinements to a genre that I can speak to, that I've played games over this generation that have all gotten it. Borderlands 3 is a fucking refinement of Borderlands 2. Like, all of these games, it doesn't matter what genre you're in, your fucking CRPGs, even fucking tabletop games, get these refinements over time because people, why?
And what I'm
They
saying is-
play them and then they go and make them and they learn from the shit that they played and fucking improve the game from that. So you don't necessarily need more power for that. But at the end of the day, somebody who bought a fucking PS4 and Call of Duty Ghost and Assassin's Creed 4 and then didn't play shit else and then pick up a PS5 with the Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War will be getting marketably better games than the games they got because of these refinements that have happened over time.
I do not believe that, but some of those refinements, I do not believe they're refinements. And some of those games that come for refinements, there aren't refinements. What they're actually doing is they're just taking features that should have been refined and carving them out. See any of the Elder Scrolls games. You go from one Elder Scrolls to the next, you have less of everything. You go from Morrowind to Oblivion, you lose about 100-something spells. You go from Oblivion to Skyrim, you lose another 100. And it is not a refine, like, those things aren't refinements. You're stripping the game barer.
Well, that's a particular genre, and you can have your complaints
that's an example
because
that happens in a lot of games, a lot of sequels. You lose features in sequels a lot. So the whole getting refinements over sequels isn't necessarily 100% true.
But that's
And
what
then
I'm talking
another
about
thing
even
it
with
is-
like Destiny. Think about Destiny.
And then also
So
the thing about
Destiny
it is
from
I
1 to
like
2.
open world games. I keep like I bought Odyssey. Like I play these games. Like that's the thing about it.
But
It's
you're
that
not the
I'm
person
playing.
buying them
It's
on
that
day
the-
one, excited for them to drop. You are not
I
like
don't buy anything day one. I wait for reviews because I don't buy games until I'm sure they work. But that has nothing to do with my critique, though. Like it doesn't matter if I'm not paying them day one. I'm still playing these games. And
yeah,
I'm
but
still
you're
coming
not
out
the
with the same
person.
argument.
They
I
don't give
like
a
open
fuck
world
about
games,
your
but the games you
feedback
don't-
because you're not buying it day one. They care about the people's feedback who are buying it day one. Look, Jalen,
Okay,
you
so
are an
that's the
outlier.
exact reason-
Here's the thing. You
I'm
are an
not an
outlier.
outlier.
You are an
I'm
outlier.
not an outlier. That's just shit data. If you're only using day one, that is shit data.
But those
That
are
is
the people who,
definition.
like Jalen, the people
No,
who
that
buy
is
the
not.
collector's
That is
edition day
not.
one and give
That
them
is
the most
not.
money for the game
No, that's a
should have
lie.
the most
That's a lie.
impact on the next game they
No,
put
that's a
out.
lie, because you need retention though. That's why every live service game only seems to last for 2 weeks. Because if you're only focused on the people who get in,
But
don't get in,
Destiny
so the
2
game
has
should be
lasted fucking
fraud.
years
Look
at this
Final
point.
That would leave
Final Fantasy
dead.
14.
Wow, dead. That would leave so many.
But
games
Final
dead.
Fantasy
That-
14
folks
has
keep playing on the
refined
foot.
itself
That's not
even
work.
over the last generation. World of Warcraft had, like, I can't even speak to the content in the game, but World of
No,
Warcraft...
World of Warcraft has taken out content and progressively gotten worse. Shadowlands may bring it back and made it better, but WoW has not been getting. If WoW's been getting refined, it's been getting refined in the wrong direction. Even that doesn't work.
All right.
And what I'm saying is, I'm still playing these games. I'm putting in the time for these games, but
Tag
I
in
still
Madrid.
come out
I'll
with the
be
same
right
critiques.
back.
Tag in. Well, my only question is, what do you consider as a refinement? Like, what are you looking for?
Oh well, but what I mean, like, I mean things that actually make it better. Like the big problem with the Ubisoft sandbox, and I know I keep coming back to this, is the
They don't
fact
have
that
a
there's
grappling hook? Oh,
well, no, some of them have grappling hooks. It's really just the fact that they have a bunch of collectibles in there, but none of them actually do anything. Like one of the things about Ghost that I will say is better, which comes from the collectathons back in the day, which isn't really a refinement, is the fact that, like, at least with Ghost, each of the collectibles are designed to do something. With like a lot of the Assassin's Creed games, they're kind of just there. Like,
are they lore dumps even? Because I know Wiz.
a little bit. Sometimes you might get a bit of flavor text, but it's like you open up a Ubisoft sandbox and you got a checklist of a million things that kind of don't fucking matter. Like,
I think
none of
a
it's
lot of
matter-
that comes back to them being like, you know, it's like the generic version. It's like this is the most palatable for everybody type deal, as
But
opposed to like
I feel
really,
like-
as opposed to really impressing like a certain group. It's more so to be that broad spectrum to sell those games. Like, you know, it's basically
open
like
world
a
games are
own
too much
sports game
filler and not
level.
enough killer. Like,
Mhm.
it's really just the fact that I feel like a lot of these
Bro, I
games
get
are too
you.
much filler and not enough killer.
I always fall off with open world games. Like that shit.
Exactly, because it's like there's not. That's
Just
the thing
can't
about it,
finish
they're
them.
not-
I haven't finished Breath of the Wild. I haven't finished Horizon. I like Ghost is sitting there waiting for me. I'm gonna go play some
Bad
more of that.
Santa?
Definitely.
Yeah, Bad Santa. I played the Division. I enjoyed it. I've always personally felt like the time to kills were a bit too long and the enemies were a bit too spongy. Like, there was no difference. I never felt like there was a difference between like the big boss enemies and just I'm just the beefy guy, because it was just like this
the
guy's
fucking
taking
brute.
10 minutes to kill, that guy's taking 10 minutes to kill. I didn't really feel like the variety actually meant anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then like another thing I
I'd
want to say
rather
about
play
refinements
Destiny
is like,
than the Division. That's how I feel. That's how I feel
Exactly.
about that for sure.
and then also like some of the things Anton's are saying refinements, they're not refinements. They're features from older games that they just put into this one. Like adding slides to a shooter was a refinement when they did it 10, 20 years ago. It's not a refinement now. And I feel like, and I'm just going to be 100 with you, God of War 4, its combat isn't that great. I'm just going to go out and say it. God of War 4's combat isn't that great. It's a really good game and I enjoy the story, but I never felt like the combat was its best feature. Like, pretty much the main crux of my argument is at the end of the day, none of these games truly feel like something that I would need a new console for, outside of the fact that they're just like, oh, I need the extra power for the prettiness. Like, I feel like the way the games are designed is still all the same. And
I need the power for my library to load up quickly.
I have nothing against that. Like, I think I'm not gonna pretend like there's not any great improvements into that console. Like, I'm not trying to pretend anything like that. I just feel like here's what I really feel. I feel like the potential of these consoles have always been lost because the designs of our games are like getting samey. That's really what it is. Like,
People are making what sells. You know, they're following those metrics.
even
and trying
that's
to
not
appease corporate
necessarily
dudes.
true, because what sells isn't even like the AAA shit. Like,
It is,
heck,
though.
the games that are
Yeah,
selling really well.
Bro,
are
2K
games with, like,
sells
really good-
every goddamn year with the same fucking game. So
What
that's
does?
not true. Call of 2K, Call of Duty, Madden.
Well,
all
no,
these
actually,
things are gonna
2K,
sell.
2K and Madden have advantages called name one other basketball game in existence, other than 2K. We don't get other basketball games. We don't
This
get
is
other
live.
football
Well, what
games.
about Call of Duty? Call of Duty sells like shit, and there's a million other first-person shooters.
Well, actually, funny enough, with Call of Duty, there isn't that many boots on the ground shooters. Like, the shooter genre is actually quite vast, and Call of Duty is one of the few ones doing that style of games. We haven't got, we don't really make boots on the ground shooters anymore. Shooters have gone more fast-paced and slidey traditionally. So Call of Duty's been able to carve out a nice little space of being the only one of that type. Well, not the only ones. Like, it's just, I say only ones because we haven't seen a Battlefield in a good minute. Ever since that
5.
Battlefield 5 debacle.
That was last year.
Yeah, that's
Was
because
Battlefield
Apex
5
was,
last year?
Apex
Yeah.
was like, sit down. We got this. We got this. We
Right,
got
that's
this.
the thing. The shooter we're getting from EA now is Apex.
And that's okay.